Hello and welcome to the guest webinar series presented by Peel 3D. My name is Gabrielle Williams, Sales Applications Engineer at Peel. Today we have with us Lee Van Every, Account Manager at TEBIS America, and we're here to talk about 3D scanning to create true digital twins of CNC machines for safe, lights out CNC milling. Before we get started, please know that if you have any questions during the presentation, you may ask them in the question pane of the meeting interface. And there will be a question and answer at the end of the presentation where we'll take the time to answer any questions you might have. So Lee, thank you for being with us. We appreciate you spending time with us to share your experience on how Peel 3D has helped your group thrive.
Thank you for having me.
Before we get too far into things, could you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name's Lee Van Every. I am an account manager with TEBIS America. I've been with TEBIS a total of 12 years. I started off as an application engineer and kind of worked my way up. I'm a machinist by trade, and I spent 14 years in 2 different prototype shops. And then since 2006, I've been on the software side of the manufacturing world. So I would like to say, on behalf of TEBIS America, thank you very much, Peel, for joining, including us in this webinar here. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you guys are celebrating your 40th year anniversary, I hear, with TEBIS. Can you tell us a little bit?
Yeah, this is 40 years. So TEBIS started off as a very small company. There was 3 guys that initially started it in one apartment in Munich, Germany. So we're a German company. And today we have 17 locations globally. We have a little over 400 employees total. So not a massive company, but not a small one either. And we're still family owned. We're a CAD CAM software solution, specializing in manufacturing and specifically in CNC machining. So it's a little bit about ourselves.
Cool, thank you. So you've been with TEBIS for 12 years now. Can you tell us a little bit about TEBIS and what they do?
So we're a CAD CAM software, and as I mentioned, CNC machining is really our backbone, and we offer our customers the ability to program their equipment with our software. We offer other solutions as well because we like to call ourselves a door-to-door solution. Gives shops the ability to have one interface throughout the shop instead of having multiple solutions for doing wire EDM or 5-axis laser or reverse engineering, electrode, that kind of stuff. So, and we actually recently added parametric modeling. It's our very own kernel. We've added it as to our CAD side of things to help people automate things that in the past couldn't be done.
Okay, nice. Could you describe a little bit about what your company's fields of activities tend to be?
Well, we train and help customers with their CNC machines. We help them maximize throughput in their machine shop. We give them the ability to program, simulate, verify, and run all their machines with our solution. We also, one of the big benefits of our product is we give the best surface finish that on components that come off the machine, which is a time savings later on after the part comes off. They tend to fit together better and we require less handwork after the fact. And a big part of this is maximizing the machine tool and what it can do. And a part of that is creating a virtual environment that the machine resides in. So we go on site with the Peel device to do this. So in a typical scenario would be a customer buys a new multi-axis machine, they get it installed, and after it's all set up and running, they realize that the model that they were handed off by the machine tool manufacturer doesn't exactly match what's on the shop floor, and that's where we kind of come in. So most shops, they want to prevent any kind of possible errors or issues or collisions, any kind of downtime with these machines because they're very expensive. They spend a lot of money on them.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. I'm going to share a video here. It's a video that you and I made together over at one of your customers' shops. So I'll go ahead and get that set up, but if you guys happen to not see the window pop up, check behind. You might have it hidden behind some other windows, but then I'll go ahead and press play here in a moment. And this is kind of like a little bit of a summary of what we're talking about today.
Our partnership with Peel 3D has given us the ability to provide more services in a timely fashion for our customers, which is a benefit for both of us. TEBIS is a CAD/CAM software company, and one of the services we provide is a true digital twin of their CNC machine, which we use the Peel 3D scanner to capture. We get CAD models from the machine tool manufacturer themselves, and sometimes they don't match what's really on the shop floor. It can create collision problems, which is downtime, repairs, which is very costly to the customer. The Peel 3D solution is what we use to capture the shop floor, the machines that are there. We're able to read that mesh into our software and create a true digital twin that allows them to run the machines unattended and safely, because we also capture the behavior of the machine along with the physical components. They can plan what goes on which machine and what will fit and what will not.
We go on site to these customers to measure their machines. It's scheduled time that's very expensive, and we can't really afford anything to go wrong. So we needed this solution to fit right away and just start working immediately.
A lot of the constraints and limitations that we faced were customer environments. Every shop is different, so we needed something that was amicable to every environment that we were into. So if we have to ask a customer for a full day to set up our equipment and get this done, it's painful for the customer, so we wanted it to be as painless as possible.
Before using the Peel 3 scanner, we were using heavier, bulkier equipment, and we had logistic issues with shipping. The Peel 3 scanner is much smaller, more portable. We can take it on a flight or as baggage, and that's more convenient.
Peel pretty much checked all the boxes we were after. We've used Peel the last 2 years on many projects, actually. There's been a significant amount of advantages for us by implementing this piece of equipment into our workflow. One of the bigger ones is not only do we get the data capturing done quicker, but it allows us to be more competitive in our pricing because our quotes don't include so much time, and now we can do it in less than half of a day. Capturing a digital twin of the machine tool component is of the utmost importance, and that's what kind of sets us apart. And Peel is a key component to that.
Cool. That's a little video. It's kind of just summarizing what we were discussing there, or we're going to be discussing today. Awesome. Okay, so tell us a little bit about the Peel 3 scanner and how it comes to play with what you guys are doing at TEBIS.
Well, a typical process would be where we go on site, we isolate the machine tool, we scan all the different components, we create point clouds. We can now read those point clouds into the TEBIS software, and we can compare it to the machine tool CAD model that the machine tool vendor provides. They typically always give it to the customer. Now we can compare the two and make sure that it's accurate. And then after that, after we highlight the disparities between the two, we would go back on site now that we have an accurate model, and we would capture all the correct behavior of the machine, therefore making a true digital twin. So, and the video we shot at YCM there, I'd like to say thank you to them for letting us come in and do that. But they have a lot of different machine tools, and they offer a lot of good examples. So, but that's how the Peel 3D scanner, plays a role in our world.
Okay, cool. And with what you guys are doing, what are the main benefits or the features that made you choose Peel Technologies for this project?
The biggest benefit was speed, and it was also very user friendly. So it's nice because we used to have to use different equipment. When we originally started doing this 20 years ago, we were hand measuring everything with scales and laser pointers, and that would take a lot of time. And now we can do something in a quarter of that time, if not an eighth of the time. So that's a big advantage.
Cool. And then what are the most important tasks that you need to accomplish with your 3D scanner? Like, what are you mostly focused on?
Capturing the elements of the machine that would come into the collision envelope and capturing them accurately and also quickly. As I mentioned before, it used to take a lot of time. We used other equipment that took time to set up and we had to ship in advance. Now we can do it much, much faster with the peel, which is basically comes in a carry-on case.
So I'm sure the customers are happy with that, much faster in and
Yes,
out. Yeah.
absolutely.
That's great. And then before using 3D measurement technologies, you mentioned you were using, measuring tape laser, but what challenges were you facing in those cases?
Well, we were also using larger equipment to capture the data, and that would require shipping it in advance. It required more setup time. We had to have access to a machine for a full day at a time. And that was a big challenge because customers can't afford to have the machines not running. That's how they make their money. So the other challenge was the environment. Sometimes the environment played a role in the older equipment was real finicky if it was too dark or if it was too bright or whatever. Now we don't have to worry about that so much.
Okay. And was it accurate enough at least, or did it have any issues with that too?
We would have to fudge some things in every now and then, but yeah, it was pretty accurate.
Okay.
For the most part.
Okay. And which constraints or limitations did you have to deal with on those cases?
Well, the limited mobility of the larger measuring devices, and just the time to set it up in the shop environment. And we have a lot of customers across the border to the north of us, and you have to go through customs to send over equipment, and it's just issues. Time consuming being the most concerning one.
Mm-hmm. And then when you were starting to look for a new solution after you were like getting tired of the other situation, what was it that you were really looking for in this new solution?
Well, what prompted us to look was just equipment failure, and we'd have to send it to get repaired, then wait for it to come back. And even when it was working, maintenance for it was expensive. So with the peel, we've not had that experience at all. The user-friendly software has been great, and the older software was a little more cumbersome, took longer to get what you wanted out of it.
Okay. So compared to other technologies on the market, what were the key factors that made you decide to purchase the 3D measurement solution of peel?
There's a lot of boxes that it checked. The speed, the accuracy, the user-friendly, the technical support, the proximity. I think you guys are really started in Quebec, right? Plus the history with Creaform, Creaform is 20 years old now, I believe. So all of those added up to just a natural partnership for what we do, and it was a good fit.
Awesome. Could you describe a little bit how you implemented Peel 3D measurement solutions within your workflow? Like, was the implementation easy? Was the onboarding quick?
Yeah, it was actually quite easy. The feedback from our team was you just plug it in and go, and you can take it anywhere. And with the old equipment too, we couldn't get those hard to reach areas, and now it's not a problem at all. So the touch screen, is a little more modern. The onboarding was fast. It was just really a good choice for us. And I think we started with one, and now we have 2 or 3 of these floating around with our team out there.
Very cool. Did you happen to ever have to require Peel application engineers or technical support, or did any of your team have to do that?
We did. We it was real simple. We just wanted to deepen our knowledge a little bit, so we booked a training session, and the class was more than enough for us to get going.
Okay. How did your experience affect or change or improve your workflows and the processes? Like, did you have any tangible results, return on investment, time savings, things like that?
Yeah, well, every machine that we do requires a certain amount of service time. And now that service time has gotten to be less, which is a benefit to our customer. And it's because of the fact that we can do these machines, we can scan them so much quicker. And the customer likes the fact that, 10 years ago, they had to provide us with a day to a day and a half of machine downtime, and now it's less than half of a day. So that's a huge benefit.
Nice. Could you describe which benefits you get from the PL3 scanner and the software? What do you like about it compared with the other software that you know?
Well, so far it's been very reliable. It acquires the measurements that we need with the accuracy that we need for these machines. And like I said, the software itself is very user friendly, and it's a lightweight component. There's no repairs. We're on a maintenance plan, but it's very, very, minimal. And for TEBIS America, it's really been the best for us.
Cool. Do you guys have any future projects with 3D measurement technology of PL3D?
Yeah, we have a lot more machines to scan. We have a lot. There's no end in sight, and it's because of what it provides to our customers. It's a very, very unique solution that we offer. It's, most of the Creaform and Peel customers are probably, using it for inspection or reverse engineering, and what we're using it for is a little bit of a hybrid between the two. We're comparing the CAD models to the real model. So.
Okay, so like a mixture of reverse engineering because you're kind of adjusting the CAD, but also inspection because you're like inspecting the CAD in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Okay, cool. That's almost it for us today. But is there anything you'd like everyone to know about TEBIS or any of the projects that are happening over there?
Yeah, we're really the only CAD/CAM software that offers this type of in-person service to our customers, that we actually come on site and verify their equipment is accurate, and that's super important. This technology provides our customers a safe machining environment that is accurately represented as a digital twin inside of our software. And this advantage is not only a protection on their investment of these multi-million-dollar machines, but also you maximize its use. You can plan now with your digital twin on what will fit on which machine. And once it's all set up, a customer can safely run this machine over the weekend. They can leave on Friday and come in Monday, and hopefully something's created for them. When you couple this with the level of automation we can achieve from the programming side, it gives customers the ability to overcome the shortage of skilled tradespeople that are everyone's experiencing right now.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time with us, Lee. We'll open up the chat for any questions. So there is a little panel there under questions. So if you have anything you'd like to ask us, whether it's me on the Peel side or Lee over on the TEBIS side, go ahead and feel free to open it up there.
Gabrielle, how long have you been with Peel?
I've been with Creaform for 7 years, and Creaform and Peel are so Peel is like the entry level brand of Creaform. So I've been with Peel for a few months, but with Creaform for 7 years overall. I started as an applications engineer, then I became a customer solutions expert, so I was writing quotes for projects, and then now I'm sales applications engineer for Peel.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I see, okay, maybe there's something in the chat section here. Okay. I actually don't see any questions coming in. Oh, here we go.
I don't either.
I think I see something here. Let me open that up. Oh, so somebody asked if we take financing options. that's for, if it's for the Peel 3, then yes, we do take financing options for our scanners. In fact, I think we're coming up with a promotion pretty soon here for some financing options for Independence Day too.
So is this where you recommend like a bank to a customer, or you actually offer the financing through?
Well, I think we have like a bank that we offer it through. We have, I'm not I don't have all the details on that,
Yeah,
but
right.
yes. Yeah, but I think it's through a third party actually. Yeah.
Yeah, we're the same way.
Okay, cool, cool. And then somebody's asking, what is the accuracy of the Peel 3? The accuracy of the Peel 3, so it's, if you're scanning like a smaller part, the local accuracy is 0.1 millimeters. But then if you're scanning something that's larger, depending on how many meters long you take to scan the part, it's 0.25 millimeters per meter that you're moving around the part. Does that make sense, Lee?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Cool. And then somebody's asking if there's any limitations. Any limitations to the, probably to TEBIS? Is this question for TEBIS, I think?
Maybe, and if there is, I'm not sure what it is because we haven't really run into any limitations. You know, the Peel has offered us a lot of, it's opened a lot of doors for us because of what we can do with it.
Okay, very cool. And then somebody here is also saying, can the Peel 3 work on sheet metal? So yeah, it can work with metal. There's a chance that if it's too shiny or too bright though, you might have to put some powder on the part. So there's different brands you can use out there. Sometimes you can use Magnaflux or ASUB. If you can't fly, if you're going to be flying with something and you can't bring an aerosol spray, you can always purchase like a foot powder at the local store and then just kind of just mix that in and just powder that part there. But a lot of the times they can work with metal as well.
The old equipment we used to do, you'd have to spray every time. And now with the Peel, we don't have to. And most of these machines are made of some kind of sheet metal on the outside or a casting.
Nice, yeah. So it's cool that we can do that then. And then somebody says, no question, but I wanted to say I've had my Peel 3D for 7 months and now I really love it. Cool, very cool. And that's from Kevin. And then what software does TEBIS use to handle the scan data and compare to the 3D model?
It's our own internal solution. So we actually have our own reverse engineering software, and we have our own point cloud digital solution where we can decimate the point cloud and thin it out, so to speak, and cover holes and do different stuff with it. So it's our very own.
Nice.
And someone actually asked me a question: what are other applications do you have between Peel and TEBIS programs for what they're asking is called toolpath optimization? And Peel really gives us the digital twin of the machine. And once that machine's inside of our software, the software, TEBIS software, takes over and gives you collision avoidance with the entire machine tool, with the machine tool head specifically. So it'll find all of your 3+2 angles for you automatically. And without a digital twin, you can't do that. So I hope that answers this question.
Yeah, I think so. It was clear to me. So then somebody else asked, how much is the Peel 3D? Yeah, for the Peel 3, it is $8,700. And then you can also choose to add on the Peel.CAD on top of that as well. So in the end, it ends up being a little bit more than $12,000 for that too, if you choose to do that too. And then someone else here is saying, I have the Peel 3D scanner software, very user-friendly, but found the Peel CAD a little bit difficult. Any trainings offered apart from the resources online? Yeah, so yeah, you can actually purchase a 2-hour training. And then there's also lots of videos online, as you mentioned. But if you do need that one-on-one time, you can spend it with us. I usually tend to just like click on every button and just see what it does and play with it, because there's all kinds of like extra features that each tool has as well. Yeah, thank you for that question. Any other questions? I think that might be it. Let me make sure I didn't miss any, but go ahead and feel free to add more if you have anything. Oh, somebody earlier asked, how long does an entire project normally take? So on TEBIS side, this is a question for TEBIS.
It depends on the complexity of the machine. Usually from start to finish, we scan a machine and then we deliver a completed digital twin with the behaviors done and everything. It's usually a 3 to 4 day process, again, depending on the complexity of the machine and how many different axes there are. A 5-axis machine, 3 days. Anything beyond that would be 4 or 5.
Okay, cool. 4 or 5 days or so. Okay, let me see. And then someone asked, is there a trade-up option towards Creaform or if we ever want to upgrade? Yes, there is. So if you purchase a PL3 scanner or PL3.CAD, and if you are within the first year of your purchase, then you can upgrade to a Creaform scanner. And those are very high advanced, high accuracy, high resolution, high speed scanners. So, what I tell customers is to also, you can do a maintenance plan. And then if you do the maintenance plan and you do the yearly maintenance fee, then you can actually, let's say instead of within the 1 year, you realize that you're ready for a Creaform scanner, you can maybe 5 years down the line, you say, okay, I got my return on investment on this scanner, like tenfold, I'm ready to purchase the next thing to do more projects and things like that. And you can do that as long as you're under the covered under the maintenance plan. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss any other questions. Oh, there's a question here for Lee. What other application do you have between Peel and the TEBIS programs?
Yeah, that's one I answered earlier about
okay.
the digital twin.
That's right.
Okay.
And then I think that's it. All right. Thank you, everyone for joining us. And Lee, thank you so much for being with us. I appreciate you spending time with us today.
Well, thank you very much for having me. This is a very, very cool, it's a very cool technology, and I can see this being used in Area 51.
Yeah, I can see that too. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.
Thank you. Have a great day.